So, hello everybody. So I guess I'm on. Thanks to Florian. I think you're really neighbors, and appreciate the Berlin startup stakeholders here in Berlin to pitch for Berlin. I guess Berlin is pretty well known, so we just prepared some slides, but I think most of you know Berlin quite well. Berlin is doing quite well during the last 5 years, so the average growth rate was higher than the German average. And even in pandemic times, it was not as bad here in Berlin as in other areas in Germany. So quite happy. I guess the colleague from Cologne mentioned that Berlin is in the heart of Europe. So it's from a travel destination, easy to reach. We try or to tend to say that we are part of both worlds, of the western part of Europe, so close connection to Paris, or the eastern part of Europe with a close connection to Moscow, whatever, Kiev. So this is really an easy approach to Berlin. Berlin is a very international city. Within the last 5 years, we have per year an influx of around about 50,000 people coming from outside of Berlin to Berlin. 2/3 of them are really from abroad, very young persons coming to Berlin. So Berlin is growing really, and we have about 180 nationalities here in Berlin. And even there is a quite big Jewish community, around about 20,000 Jewish people here in Berlin. So really international city. The biggest news within the last year was Tesla. Tesla announced, I guess, 2 years ago that it would like to set up a gigafactory here in Berlin. Berlin pitched for that. It's not exactly Berlin. It's near on the border to Berlin in Grünheide, and we have to prove that besides what I mentioned earlier this morning on the main stage, we are bureaucratic and sometimes formal. But I guess we can prove that the construction side of Gigafactory is running pretty well, and we have to really prove that the first product of Tesla will run out of the Gigafactory even in next year. And hopefully this weekend the new airport is taking off. We have 14 years of construction history behind us. We have been very often blamed for not making big project work, but I guess with Tesla and now with the Flughafen, we hopefully told that we could be very successful. For other startups interested in Berlin, I guess investment is always the big story to tell. The investment rounds within the last years in Berlin were with a very huge side. We have more than half of the German investment in the startup scene here in Berlin. So very good stories to tell, and access to investment is key for growing a startup. We just presented like 3 examples. One of those is Auto1, a very big e-commerce platform. They acquired from SoftBank in Japan, I guess, about 3 million euros this year. We have the next one, which is a fintech, N26. They are really rocking the traditional banking market here in Germany with a tremendous growth rate. They are located just around the street beside our own office, so we can really see what's going on with them. And another example would be Merantix, which is an AI startup and raised a lot of money. So e-commerce, AI, fintech are really areas where it is super easy in the moment to have a big ecosystem with a lot of stakeholders in that. So that's quite easy to have access. Berlin is still affordable. We are not that expensive than major areas like London, Paris, Tel Aviv, I guess. So this is still a point for us, and we are very happy to chat further on in the afternoon to you. I've put in a colleague, Caroline, which is a really startup expert, so just reach out to us, and we are happy to make your way here in Berlin.